Fathers, what moment made your life fall apart? I thought I had it all figured out. Good job at the warehouse. Wife Laura, who made amazing dinners. And my son Mason, who was everything to me. Kid was 12, a little rough around the edges, but smart as hell. Then Laura started talking about sending him away. It started small. Mason got in trouble at school for talking back to a teacher. Normal kid stuff. But Laura acted like he'd burned the place down. He's becoming a problem, she kept saying. Then he failed a math test and she went nuts. We need to consider other options. Other options turned out to be Westfield Academy, some military-style boarding school 3 hours away. Laura printed out brochures and left them on the kitchen table. When I saw them, my stomach dropped. What's this about? I asked her that night after Mason went to bed. He needs structure, she said, not even looking up from her phone. Real structure, not what he's getting here. I told her we could get him a tutor, maybe therapy. Kids act out sometimes, but Laura wouldn't hear it. I've made up my mind, Eli. Either he goes to Westfield, or I'm done. Those words hit me like a truck. I stared at her, waiting for her to take it back. She didn't. You're talking about our son, I said. I'm talking about my sanity, she shot back. I can't deal with him anymore. The attitude, the grades, the mess. I'm exhausted. Mason wasn't even that bad. Sure, he forgot to do dishes sometimes and got detention once for goofing off in science class, but he was still my buddy. Still came to me when he had nightmares. Still laughed at my dumb jokes. The next few weeks were hell. Laura brought up Westfield constantly. She'd found their website, called for information, even scheduled a tour. I kept saying no, hoping she'd drop it. Instead, she got meaner. You're enabling him, she'd say whenever Mason left his backpack on the floor. This is exactly why he needs to go. One Thursday night, Mason came to me crying. He'd overheard us fighting again. Dad, do you want me to go away? He asked, holding this drawing he'd made of us fishing last summer. The paper was crumpled from his tears. That question broke me. I pulled him close and promised him he wasn't going anywhere, but I could see Laura in the doorway, arms crossed, shaking her head. The final fight happened on a Sunday. Mason had spilled juice on the carpet and Laura exploded. That's it, she screamed. I'm calling Westfield tomorrow. I'm done with this. Mason ran to his room. I followed Laura to the kitchen. You can't be serious, I said. She turned around and her face was cold. It's him or me, Eli. Choose. I stood there for what felt like hours, but was probably just seconds. Then I said, I choose him. Her face went white. You're choosing a troubled kid over your wife? I'm choosing my son over someone who wants to abandon him, I said. That night, I packed 2 suitcases. One for me, one for Mason. I told him we were going on an adventure. He didn't ask questions, just grabbed his favorite stuffed animal and followed me to the car. We ended up in a tiny apartment across town. 1 bedroom, thin walls, and a heater that barely worked. I slept on the couch. Mason got the bedroom. I picked up extra shifts at the warehouse to afford it. Laura filed for divorce within a week. She told the court I was unstable and kidnapped Mason. She painted herself as the concerned mother who just wanted what was best. I had to hire a lawyer I couldn't afford. The custody hearing was brutal. Laura's lawyer made me sound like a deadbeat dad who chose chaos over stability. I sat there watching this woman I'd loved for 8 years lie about our son like he was some kind of burden. But Mason's teacher testified that he was actually doing better in school since we'd moved. His grades went up. He seemed happier. The judge noticed that Laura never once asked to see Mason during the proceedings. I won full custody. When we walked out of that courthouse, Mason grabbed my hand. Thanks for not giving up on me, Dad, he said. I'd lost my house, most of my savings, and my marriage. But watching Mason smile as we walked to our beat-up car, I knew I'd won the only thing that mattered.